eventually kind of kicked out? I'm not sure if you were one of those.
Yes, I was one of the 4 that left under summary circumstances several weeks ago. It's very difficult to second guess why things come down and why changes occur. We were taken into prison under appalling circumstances. We were charged on 13 counts that included, this was on September 9th, that included criminal conspiracy, terroristic threats, what did they call, aggravated assault, mischief, trespass, all of it. And were held on $125,000 bail. Daniel and Philip Berrigan were held without bail. This is incredible. Certainly we all come out of communities of, if not total poverty, absolute a minimum of money, so that none of us has certainly more than what it may take to get through the day or through a short period of time. We don't live in that kind of way, and the whole process of incarceration and the legal course against us began under those circumstances, and we were to discover began under circumstances that are completely analogous to the kind of treatment that most people who are held in prison or held pending hearings or pending arraignment or pending trial here in Montgomery County are held. There's a large tendency to overcharge. There's a tendency to force plea bargaining, and there's a tendency to hold the inmate and the prisoner and the person held from justice as much as possible. The preliminary hearing eliminated a number of the charges. Eventually, some of the exorbitant bail was reduced. Some people did bail, and gradually the court, it would seem as the seriousness of the issues that were being raised, the seriousness of the issues that we were raising also, and that other prisoners in Montgomery County Prison were raising with regard to the conditions that they under which they found themselves, and very serious and important documentation of the whole range of abuses, patterns of abuses in this county were being collated and put together and made a matter of public record during the course of the time that we were in prison. And our case was not simply isolated; it was focused because of the publicity. But there was a relationship between what had been happening to us and what is characteristic of the injustice that permeates this county. And gradually, not only was our bail, for reasons that would be difficult to pinpoint any more specifically, but mysteriously our bail was reduced to not only a non-monetary fund, but we were offered a return on recognizance, which is a statement that you sign, a release that you sign that indicates that you will on a certain date return for court or be aware that you're liable for a $20,000 fine and or imprisonment at that point should you fail. Well, we felt that it simply would not be consistent with our refusal to plea bargain, our refusal to participate in a number of what we thought were unfair and absurd pressures from the court system. If we were to commit ourselves to that return in writing, we didn't say that we would not return, or that we would not return if we were simply released. We just didn't feel that it was incumbent upon us at that point, in terms of the reversals of the attitudes of the court and the capriciousness with which the court behaves, that we would sign that. So we remained in jail and expected to remain in until and through trial, and we're prepared for that. We were unable, however, in light of a couple of subsequent rulings of, at that time, the judge that was hearing our case, who's not the judge who's at the moment our trial judge, we were unable to meet with our co-defendants at a meeting that had been planned for the Monday following the Monday of the ROR offer. We were unable to get a firm court date. There were various things that seemed to develop in a period of time immediately following our refusal to sign that release. We held a press conference on the day following the day that we were to have had the meeting with our co-defendants. At that time, the lack of accessibility to counsel and to other defendants was pointed out, particularly to other defendants. We were able to talk with our counsel, but we were having difficulty meeting with those who had been released and were on bail, and there was some indication that we would not be able to see them again before trial. This was all laid out and presented to the press, and within 2 or 3 hours an order came down, ostensibly making the meeting with the opportunities for meeting with co-defendants more extensive, and we were suddenly and summarily evicted, I think as it was called at certain points, from our lodgings, and we got the word, I think, about 4:45 in the afternoon, and within 20 minutes, our home of some 4 months was no longer our home. But we feel that at this point that was perhaps what the court should have done in the first place, if that was the direction that they had wanted to go. And we feel that total 100% reversal of attitudes is characteristic of the insecurity and of the imbalance and frankly of the illegality of and absurdity of the total justice system within this county and within this county as a part of a larger whole, of a larger system that we were addressing in more general terms a few minutes ago. That we were living in what is in essence an illegal civilization, and one that in the particulars of our daily life, as well as those things that count on a level that addresses the most serious questions of conscience and the serious questions of awareness of our own personal being, have to be seen with clarity.
Do you feel then that you managed to